Hi, my name's Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered how to get over a soul-crushing divorce late in life when you thought you were with your forever guy and suddenly your life is turned upside down and you are absolutely devastated from something that you had absolutely no control over, and you find yourself having to start all over again, and you're almost 60 years old. Right now, I'm 69. Um, and this happened to me about 10 years ago. And it has taken me this long to truly process it all and move on. And I find myself at the age of 69 thinking, now what? And it can be such a hopeless feeling, and you feel like, oh my God, what now? And I was so full of sadness and grief, and I just didn't know how to move forward. So I just wanted to get on and kind of share how I moved through it, and to also let you know that there is life beyond that. You can start all over again, no matter how old you are, and find peace. And not only peace, but find joy again. So I just want to kind of share that with you and let you know that if you can just, for me, I got quiet. I just got really, really quiet. The one thing I did not want to do was to sit there and look at that door that had closed in my life and sit there staring at that door, wringing my hands of, oh my God, how to make it right, because I couldn't. It was such a soul-crushing, life-ending of that period of my life ending, and I wanted to move forward. Didn't know how I would through all the sadness, but I wanted to do it without getting revengeful. And I felt like this is my opportunity to display who I am and not be controlled by what he did to me and did to our life. He destroyed our life, and I had to move forward. I had no choice. And so for me, at first, for a very long time, I was in shock and got real quiet inside. I just stayed alone. I kind of pulled away from everybody that I knew, because I didn't know who in our life knew about what he had been doing and who had participated in it, or who was part of the big betrayal that I felt I had gone through. So I just withdrew from everybody, and I stayed home, and I got really, really quiet and talked to God and just tried to just absorb and sit in the pain, basically. Because there's nothing you can do while you're in such sorrow and such grief and such disillusionment. But after doing that and processing through it, and it took a while, I did finally learn that this didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Because I did not know who I was truly married to he was a completely different person that I didn't even recognize when I started finding out the truth of what he had done. But I also knew that I was a very loving, kind, loyal person. And I did not deserve to have someone like that in my life. And so God kind of cut it away. You know, I was forced to learn to live without it and to move forward without him and start over and find peace. Find peace is what I was so struggling for. I can remember, for me, my world stopped and came crushing down on me in the end of October. And so November, I was pretty much in shock, and December. And when I was coming out of the blur, it was Christmas time, holidays. Everybody was having holiday parties. Everybody was inviting me because they felt sorry for me and didn't want me to be alone for the holidays. But I was so sad. I did not want to take the energy of my sadness into other people's homes or my friends and people that I loved. I did not want to take my sadness and that energy around them. So I sat quietly, and I would sit on my balcony, and I would rock in my rocking chair, and I would just sit quiet. I didn't even think that there was anything to pray for. I didn't want to pray for reconciliation, or that he would change his mind and come back home, because that was never going to be an option for him. And I was so sad, and I remember thinking, people were talking about Christmas miracles, and I thought, I can't even pray for a Christmas miracle because there is no miracle for me. And so it ended up that Christmas Eve, I went out to dinner with my daughter and did the best I could to put on a nice face and go out with her and have a good attitude. And we were sitting at this restaurant, and for some reason something came up, and she and I both started laughing. And it was the first time I was even able to crack a smile after all this trauma that I felt like I had been through. And we laughed and laughed and laughed. And I thought, oh my God, that's my Christmas miracle. To be able to truly have laughter and smile and joy, even for a short time. And so that was the beginning of it. And then I just continued to get very, very quiet, talk to God, and just say, now what? What now? What do I do? And little by little, I found new friends. I made new friends that I had just met, that through this process of finding myself facing a divorce late in life, that I was able to speak with them. They were able to support me, and it was just a handful of people that I even would allow into my space, because I was so protective of my sadness and my sorrow and then my energy, and I just was protective of it. But I'm here to tell you that once you get through that terrible, terrible, heartbreaking pain from something like that, there is hope on the other side. And now I'm so happy to be alone. I don't have to answer to anybody. I do whatever I want to do. I can stay up as late as I want. I have control of my remote control. I I can do anything I want. I can just drop everything and head to the beach and spend the day on the beach. I don't have to answer to anybody for anything that I choose to do. And I've started, walking and exercising and watching a lot of YouTube channels. There's so many people out there that are going through the same thing, and that are willing to share. And so that's what I want to do, is share with you how to get through it, and that there is hope on the other side. And that for me, what was most important is that I did not want to become bitter and angry and full of hatred and resentment. I wanted to still be the loving person that I believed I was. And so I worked from that perspective. And then I realized and feel very, very confident that this was a gift to me. This was a blessing, that energy was cut away from me. He didn't deserve to be in my life with what he was doing. And so the universe provided me a safe place to be who I really was and clean up the energy around me. I did not need all that nastiness that this person was living. I didn't need the vibrations of that in my life. And so the more and more I became thankful for the space that I now have to spend the rest of my life doing beautiful things, I became thankful. And the more thankful I became, the more things started working out for me, and the better my life started looking. And so if I can share anything with you to help you get through that, that's what I would want to emit, is that being thankful and mindful and quiet. Make God your best friend. You'll learn so much, and you will find out how worthy you are of spending the rest of your life, however long it is, peaceful, joyful, calm, because hateful energy contaminates the container that it's held in. And I was not going to allow any more negative energy in my world. So that's where I'm at, and I'm starting all over. I'm 69 years old. I'm looking at, aging, but I want to make this next part of my life the best part. Why not? So if I can help you in any way, that's what I would love to do. And I don't mean to rattle on here, but if you want to comment or ask me anything, or if you want more details about what I'm talking about, let me know how I can help you. And I hope to make more videos that are positive and inspiring and joyful, to help all of us grow old gracefully, and so that you don't feel alone. You're not alone. There's hope. No matter what you're going through, I promise there is hope. And I'm here in any way I can to help. If you want to make a comment, I'll address it in my next video. I hope to see you soon. Thanks.